Okay, and we continue with the stream. Now, this is the last stint, another 3-hour stint with Tom Soft in P1, Tim Q in P2, then SIL Eddie in P3, Kangaroo in P4, Johnny P5, Junior in P6, then Yeast in P7, Matthäus in P8, Naras P9, Star Yannick in P10, Rafa P11, P12 for Ken, P13 for Big Mac, and P14 for Slimmy Cam. Start in 1 minute, heli power is ready. Hopefully everybody else is ready as well. Moin Monsterkiste, R-Player, schön dich hier zu sehen. Hat glücklicherweise alles geklappt, es ist jeder drin, sogar Slimmy Cam hat da beide Stints fahren können. Es musste kein Ersatz benötigt werden. Ich bin auch nicht gerade unglücklich darüber. Und ja, wir starten jetzt da gleich ins Rennen. Das ist ein Startbug. Kann ich jetzt schon sehen. Ah, okay. War doch richtig. Es hat nämlich am Anfang so ausgesehen, als ob es ein Startbug wäre, weil da irgendjemand anderes P1 hatte, aber es hat sich dann mit Verschiebung letztlich geregelt. Tomsoft und Tim Q. Tim Q geht aus dem Windschatten raus. Und Tomsoft hält die Position, blockt da jetzt ein bisschen. Oh, da ist aber etwas passiert. Da ist etwas passiert. Im hinteren Feld. Tim geht vorbei an Tomsoft. Und da hinten geht der McLaren weit. Tim, sehr aggressiver Start. Die Lackierung bei RC1 sieht nice aus, den Anime-Look. Aus welcher Serie ist das? Ja, es ist aus Frieren. Der Anime heißt Frieren. Ich weiß jetzt aber nicht mehr den weiteren Titel, aber auf jeden Fall Frieren Beyond the Battle or something. Oder irgendwas. Tim legt auf jeden Fall los wie die Feuerwehr. Gibt da mal richtig Stoff. Tomsoft muss sich da jetzt mal mit P2 begnügen, aber bei einem Vorsprung von 4 Minuten kann er sich das leisten. Muss sich da überhaupt nicht stressen. Aber ja, wir wollten ja noch den Start betrachten, da ist irgendwas passiert. Da ist nämlich jemand weit gefahren. Ja, Yeast hat da die Kurve etwas verschätzt und musste geradeaus fahren. Wollte da gegen Junior kämpfen und hat da noch eine 1 Sekunden Strafe bekommen, weshalb er noch weiter zurückgefallen ist. Dann ist noch der McLaren hier weggegangen, was für Junior. Ja, das ist passiert. starker Start von Tim Q. Ja, definitiv. Aber es scheint auch so, dass beide hier auf der Spritspartaktik sind. Auch Tim Q ist da jetzt nicht gerade viel am Verbrauchen. Bei Eddie und Känguru weiß ich das noch nicht, da muss man noch etwas abwarten. Aber momentan sieht es für Tim Q und Tomsoft wirklich gut aus. Er muss ja auch 4 Minuten 20 auf Tomsoft rausfahren. Ja gut, wenn wir realistisch sind, P2 ist möglich, da haben wir jetzt 45 Sekunden Vorsprung auf Eddie aus RRC-Sicht. Wenn wir also da den Abstand auf die zweite Supra auf einen beziehungsweise wenn wir da jetzt den Abstand vergrößern können oder zumindest nicht zu viel verlieren, sollte auch P2 drin liegen. Man muss fairerweise auch sagen, es ist halt auch schwierig gegen ein solches All-Star-Team aus der DRL mitzuhalten, wenn da noch ein fucking Michael Hisal im Auto sitzt, der einfach mal eine Sekunde schneller fährt als alle anderen. Ich wollte schon sagen, Känguru weiß offenbar nicht, dass der McLaren den 6. Gang hat. Ist ihm doch noch aufgefallen und kommt trotzdem nicht gegen Eddie ran, aber Eddie hat da jetzt einen Fehler gemacht und eine Position verloren. Känguru damit nun auf 2. Übrigens, wenn jemand mit mir mitkommentieren möchte, dann kann er gerne in die Main Voice gehen, dann ziehe ich ihn runter auf die Streamer Voice. Es ist nämlich nach 3 Stunden alleine kommentieren doch etwas einsam, hier alleine zu kommentieren und da das Renngeschehen noch 3 Stunden zu verfolgen. Wenn also jemand Lust hat, kann er gerne da runterkommen. Werde ich ihn dann, wie gesagt, zu mir ziehen. Auf jeden Fall DLL stark dabei. Tomsoft auf P2, aber in der Net-Lead ganz vorne auf P1 mit einem sehr komfortablen Vorsprung, gerade nachdem Hisal dann den Vorsprung mehr als verdoppelt hat. Dann SAL Eddie auf der 4, immer noch mit guten Chancen auf das Podium. Da RTO leider einen Disconnect hatte im letzten Stint, also im 6. Stint, haben sie da sehr viel Zeit verloren. Und damit hat DLL auch einen zweiten Podiumsplatz momentan inne, aber Eddie muss das noch nach Hause bringen. Dann haben wir Johnny, der steht mit seiner Karre auf P5, noch hinter RTO. Das wäre aber ein sehr gutes Teamergebnis für DLL. Position 1, 3 und 5. Stark. Du hast den Loco rein mit dir in die Kommentatorbox, sagt Muschel. Junior hat eine halbe Sekunde Strafe bekommen. Der Vorsprung dürfte aber groß genug sein, dass er da vor Naras bleibt. Ja, Junior kann vorne bleiben. Kennst du mich auf P9? Hat da offenbar einen guten Start hinbekommen. Auch nur knapp langsamer als die schnellste Runde von Känguru. 2:16,4. Das scheint eine schnellere Lobby zu sein als noch die vorherige. Matthäus im P10. Bin den zweiten Stint mit ihm gefahren. Er sollte nun wissen, wie das Auto geht. Er sollte nun wissen, wie man Reifen spart. Das wusste er am Anfang noch nicht. Dann hoffen wir, dass es besser läuft für ihn. Rafa bekommt Besuch von Slimmy-Cam, der hat sich da robust vorbeigearbeitet. Der Mercedes von RC3 momentan auf der hintersten Position. Wird auch schwierig, da jetzt noch eine bessere Position zu erwischen, da die Rückstände aus den Stints leider recht groß waren. Nicht viel Glück für den RC Mercedes. Wind geht auch genau in die andere Richtung jetzt. Ja, kann natürlich schon auch sein, dass da etwas passiert durch den Wind. Das kann auf jeden Fall das Tempo beeinflussen. Ich glaube, wenn man da wirklich Rückenwind auf der... Och nein, das kann ja nicht sein. Tomsov hat die Session verlassen. Och nee. Nein. Come on. Das kann nicht sein. Tomsov hat die Session verlassen. Der LL3 ist draußen. Das gibt's nicht. Gibt es da eine Möglichkeit, den Stint neu zu starten? Oder ist das jetzt halt einfach Pech? Autsch. Autsch. Ja, vor allem auch noch so früh, genau. Micro-Disconnect. Ah, scheiße. So will man auch keine kleinen Siegchancen bekommen. Ja, das ist einfach super traurig. Das nervt. Das nervt, das ist komplett unverdient. 5 Millisekunden lang Kabel disconnecten, direkt danach wieder reconnect. Toll. Richtig toll. Oh Mann, scheiße. Ja, das tut mir jetzt einfach unglaublich leid, sorry. Ja. Ich habe dafür einfach keine Worte. Tut mir wirklich leid. Stopp. Jetzt hat auch noch Eddie die Session verlassen. Ach nee, komm schon. Was ist denn jetzt los? Das kann ja nicht sein. Was passiert da? Sind schon 2 Leute raus. Ja, da muss man sich jetzt echt fragen, ob man die Lobby neu starten möchte. Weil, ja, bei 2 Disconnects so früh, ich weiß nicht. Wäre eigentlich fair, wenn man dann nochmal neu starten würde. Aber übrigens, Tomsoft, das war zumindest einer der Gründe, warum ich lange kein Kabel benutzen wollte, weil solche Micro-Disconnects, das kann wirklich mega schnell passieren. Habt ihr Ruckler gehabt eigentlich? Weil bei mir hat es jetzt alles ein bisschen, zumindest vor ein paar Minuten hat es bei mir gestottert gehabt. Und ich weiß nicht, ob sich das auch hier im Stream gezeigt hat. Känguru auf jeden Fall pusht, was das Zeug hält. Will dann näher ran an Tim Q. Aber Tim ist da auf einer anderen Strategie. Der ist zwar auch mega schnell, aber der ist eher auf einer 3-Stop unterwegs. Wer war der Zweite? Ja, SL Eddie. Ach komm. Bei mir steht nicht mal ein Disconnect drin im LAN, keine Unterbrechung. Ah Mann. Ach Mann, das ist doch doof. Da kommt Junior im P4, im P4. Ja, ich muss mich für eine Sprache entscheiden, ne? Hatten wir auch auf Daytona. Eine Runde gefahren und sagt Computer nein. Stimmt, war ja glaube ich auch bei... Ja. Ich glaube gerade in Daytona hatten viele einen Disconnect in der Einpaarung. Das ist wirklich scheiße. Ja, tut mir richtig leid. Das nervt mich und das zerstört auch ein bisschen meine Laune hier. Weil gerade durch den Disconnect gibt es jetzt die Chance auf P1 und ich weiß nicht, ob das fair ist, wirklich. Also, ja, keine Ahnung. Wäre ein relativ leerer Sieg, muss ich sagen. Ja, Mitleid für Eddie, Mitleid für Eddie, Mitleid für Tomsoft. Das ist richtig doof. Weil ihr seid super gefahren und jetzt einfach so früh in der Lobby auszuscheiden, das ist unglaublich hart. Entscheide dich für Mongolisch bitte. Ja, nee, also ich kann Deutsch, Englisch und sehr, sehr gebrochen Italienisch. Wobei das so gebrochen ist, dass ich es nicht sprechen würde. Johnny ist jetzt in P3. Das ist der einzige verbliebene DLL-Fahrer. Ist bitter, aber im Real Life gibt es halt auch Motorschäden. Ich sag nur Toyota 2016 Le Mans, 6 Minuten vor Schluss DNF. Prego, parla italiano. Oh no. Bitte nicht Spaghetti erbrechen. Ja, das Problem beim Italienisch ist, ich bin wirklich gerade am Beginn, das zu lernen. Also ich weiß gerade mal in der Theorie, wie man da sich für ein Hotel einchecken kann oder wie man eine ganz, ganz kurze Unterhaltung führen kann. Aber jetzt so renntechnisch mäßig kann ich da überhaupt kein Italienisch. Das ist halt ein richtiges Problem. Wenn dann lieber eine Dönerpizza zum Mittag. Raus, Monsterkiste, raus! Dönerpizza! Ich gebe dir gleich Dönerpizza! Naja, Eddie, wenn du eh schon in der Lobby bist, wollen wir sonst zusammen kommentieren oder willst du einfach zuschauen? Gelbe Flagge. Känguru hat sich gedreht. Was war denn da los? Ich kann's mir schon denken, was da passiert ist. Ja, so wie immer. AstroTurf berührt. Und dann leider gleich viel Pace verloren. Glücklicherweise kein Schaden, also Glück im Unglück. Da hinten im Feld haben wir Big Mac und Starjanik. Bossi hat diese Kurve letztes Jahr Confis Corner getauft. Bruh. Ja, schauen wir mal auf Big Mac, der kämpft jetzt mit Starjanik um die Position. Ihr müsst mir sagen, wenn ich auf Englisch wieder zurück switchen sollte. Kann ich auch machen. Paul Frère hat mich auch einmal ein bisschen überrascht gestern Abend. Schweizerdeutsch. Ja, das kann ich tatsächlich machen. Ich kann auch auf Schweizerdeutsch kommentieren. Also, Tim Q05 ist jetzt mit 4,5 Sekunden Vorsprung unterwegs auf Johnny. Dahinter. Fahrt immer noch die 2,16er Zeit. Wobei jetzt ist er auf 2,17 abgedriftet. Die Reifen sehen aber gar nicht so schlecht aus. Sie sehen noch recht gut aus dafür, dass es der erste Stint ist. Beim Johnny sehen sie schon schlechter aus. Sie vorher mehr abgenutzt. Beim Junior schauen die Reifen aber sehr gut rein. Direkt muten. Halt die Schnurren noch schnell. Okay, ja, können wir wieder zurück auf Deutsch. Ja, ich glaube, die meisten, die da zuschauen, sind sowieso Deutsche. Obwohl wir schon sehr international sind, obwohl die DS sehr international ist halt schon hauptsächlich Deutsch. Die meisten Ligen sind von Deutschland oder halt auch viele Leute aus den Ligen sprechen Deutsch. Das ist daher doch etwas einfacher für alle, wenn man da halt auch Deutsch redet. Aber ja, Hauptsprache ist eigentlich auch bei uns auf dem Server Englisch. Bin mir schon lange wieder am Überlegen zu fahren, aber keine Zeit zum Trainieren. Ja, man muss halt schon auch trainieren für die Rennen. Ich habe jetzt auch, ich habe zumindest jedes Auto getestet und dann meine Favoriten ausgesucht. Und man hat sich dann für den Mazda entschieden im Team. Dann auch noch für den FT1 und für den Mercedes, weil der Mercedes relativ einfach zu fahren ist. Und ja, also ich finde jetzt der Mazda und auch der FT1, die performen eigentlich richtig gut. Sieht man ja, auch der McLaren performt gut, obwohl ich das für ein Auto halte, das eher für die einzelne Runde gut ist, anstatt für einen Long Run. Nichts toppt das Brot im Taunus-Motiv, ein Meilenstein. Also ja, übrigens nur so als Rechnung, da ja beim Disconnect so früh verliert man ungefähr 5 Minuten 40 auf die 5 Minuten 40 Sekunden, so nicht 5,40, sondern 5 Minuten 40 Sekunden verliert man ungefähr dann auf die Spitze. Also, nee, vielleicht liege ich auch falsch. Moment, ich muss das im Kopf mal ausrechnen. 89 Minuten, 1,8 Minuten. Ja, 5,4 Minuten. Sorry. Also 5 Minuten 24 Sekunden, sagen wir mal. DLL3 verliert da jetzt durch den frühen Disconnect verlieren sie 5 Minuten. Sollte Tim Q den Stint gewinnen. Und das würde eigentlich bedeuten, dass dann RRC das Rennen gewinnen würde. Wie gesagt, sehr unglücklich, aber wir hatten auch schon oftmals technisches Pech, wo wir sie geschossen hatten. Und es sind ja immer noch 2,5 Stunden, da muss bei jedem die Internetverbindung halten. Jetzt hat auch noch Känguru den Raum verlassen, was ist los? Meine Fresse, jetzt sind wir nur noch 11. 3 Disconnects. Boah, das kann ja nicht sein. Ne, 103% bei Unintentional DNF. Mein Gott, was ist da los? Wenn das so weitergeht, dann sind wir am Ende ja nur noch 2 Leute. 3 Leute hat es jetzt gekickt innerhalb von weniger als 30 Minuten. Am Ende wird keiner mehr da sein. Ja, das ist jetzt eine richtig blöde Situation. Tut mir ehrlich leid. Drei Disconnect nach noch nicht mal 30 Minuten. Ja, das... Sag's es, Monster Kiss. Das ist einfach mega schräg, mega komisch. Hoffen wir mal, dass das der letzte Disconnect war. Ja, leider Känguru. P1, P3 und P4 disconnected. Das... Ach, Menno. Big Mac inzwischen auf P9, hat sich da auch schon weit nach vorn arbeiten können. Wie wenig Fahrer dürfen in einer Lobby eigentlich fahren, oder gibt es da keine Grenze? Es gibt eine Teilnahmegrenze. Es muss eine Mindestteilnahmegrenze geben an 10 Teams, damit da ein Event überhaupt stattfinden kann. Wenn es da aber jetzt 3 Disconnects gibt, ich weiß nicht. Ich glaube, es gibt keine Regel dafür, dass es so und so viele Disconnects geben muss, damit ein Stint neu gestartet wird. Auch wenn das nicht so in den Regeln steht, macht es vielleicht Sinn, die Lobby für die letzten 2 Stunden zu restarten. Ja, das weiß ich nicht, das kann ich aber auch nicht entscheiden. Wurde es in der Vergangenheit auch nie. Now they are saying that the host might be the problem. Yeah, I don't know, because in the second stint I don't think we had any disconnects, and it was hosted by HeliPower as well. Weiß einer, bei welcher Rennminute und Runde ich rausgeflogen bin? Rennrunde dürfte wohl, wenn ich bei Tim schaue, wahrscheinlich 12. Rennrunde. Ungefähr bei 27 Minuten, würde ich jetzt mal sagen. Kannst du die Replay... Ja, also die Replay müsste man eigentlich schon speichern können. Dann kann man das nachschauen. On the Discord, it is discussed, auf dem Discord wird diskutiert, was da genau schief lief. Ich glaube schon auch, dass das ein Game-Fehler ist. Kann das mir nicht anders vorstellen. Denn, wie gesagt, im ersten Stint, den HeliPower geleitet hat, da ist nichts passiert. Und jetzt plötzlich haben wir 3 Disconnects. Also Känguru, doch, du kannst zumindest nachträglich, sagen wir, alles was vom Game gewesen ist, kannst du nachträglich speichern. Also wenn du in GT7 warst und da halt eine Stunde gespielt hast, kannst du auf die Share-Taste drücken, kannst die Spielhandlungen der letzten 15 Minuten oder so kannst du nachträglich speichern. Die letzte Lobby macht einfach 21 Stunden kaputt. Ja, es scheint so. Scheint echt so. Das muss dann die Rennleitung anschauen, was sie mit diesem Stint machen möchte. In der Vergangenheit wurden aber diese Stints immer gewertet. Johnny fährt weiter. Versucht jetzt da noch die 16. Ne, er geht schon vorher an die Box. Das war jetzt gefährlich. Da hat Junior fast eine Kollision gehabt. Aber gut, Johnny ist vorne, der darf entscheiden, was er da machen möchte. Okay, es sah gefährlicher aus, als es ist. Es sah gefährlicher aus, als es war. War nicht so schlimm. Kannst du einmal Naras zeigen? Ja, natürlich. Der fährt da offenbar auch einen 16-Runden-Stint. Die Reifen sehen zumindest vorne links schon sehr mitgenommen aus. Go, go, fressen, Jung. Wow, aber ein Fliesen, Jung. Ja, ich kann's nicht. Aber da müsstest du Otto Walkes fragen, der könnte das ganz bestimmt singen. Der war mal am Wacken, habe ich aber verpasst. Ja, wie gesagt, ich habe es schon ein paar Mal erwähnt, aber der Porsche, der macht da einen richtig guten Eindruck und ich weiß nicht, ist dieser Dreck da vorne, kommt das jetzt wirklich durch den Dreck fahren oder ist das einfach von der Lackierung so, dass da das Auto immer dreckiger wird mit jedem Stint? Matthäus nun auf P5. Er war mit seiner Strategie nicht zufrieden im zweiten Stint. Ah, interessant, Friesi. Nicht schlecht. Ja, sieht auf jeden Fall gut aus. Dieser Dreck. Der Mattesinha fährt noch eine Runde weiter. Die Lackierung von RTO ist echt nicht schlecht. Ja, ich finde es jetzt auch nicht schlecht. Persönlich finde ich einfach die ganzen Linien hier, die das Weiß vom Schwarz abtrennen, finde ich schon ein bisschen zu breit. Aber ansonsten die Lackierung gefällt mir auch. Ist auch, geht auch schön mit dem Auto einher, von der Form. Auch Big Mac an der Box. Und nach dem Pensum, das der Kerl erledigt hat, Happy Birthday Team Don. Ja, ich glaube sogar, das war der erste Einsatz von Team Don. Letztes Jahr oder allerspätestens auf dem Nürburgring. Auf jeden Fall, Big Mac kann sich nach dem Rennen auf jeden Fall einen Big Mac gönnen. Weil der war auch sehr fleißig. Der hat da den dritten Stint hat er gestreamt. Den vierten Stint ist er, glaube ich, gefahren. Den fünften Stint hat er auch gestreamt. Und jetzt fährt er noch den siebten Stint. Und ist er sogar noch den zweiten Stint gefahren? Weiß es nicht. Auf jeden Fall hat auch sehr viel Arbeit gemacht hier für DS. Das muss man loben. Aber ja, leider hat jetzt die 3-Sekunden-Strafe aufgefasst für das Überschreiten der Boxenlinie. Ist aber auch eine sehr, sehr blöde Linie hier. Es geht einfach ewig lange. Boxenausfahrt. Direkt nach Spa wurde Don gegründet. Ah, okay, danke, Kuh. 5. Stint ist er gefahren. Okay. Slimmy Cam momentan auf P11. War da in Runde 11, Runde 10 war er an der Box, hatte Schaden. Man sieht es vorne. Das Auto ist stark beschädigt. Und ist dann Runde 15 nochmal an die Box gegangen. Runde 15 wäre eigentlich auch nur so ein Spritstopp gewesen. Ich weiß aber nicht, ob er da jetzt wirklich nur Sprit nachgefüllt hat oder ob da Schaden repariert wurde. Ich denke jetzt mal von der Zeitdauer her wurde wohl beides gemacht. Wurde auch nachgetankt. Auf jeden Fall das ganze Feld mehr oder weniger an der Box. Yeast ist auf P2 wird er geführt, aber ich glaube Junior ist weiter vorne. Der kommt jetzt auch raus. Auf jeden Fall kommt er ganz knapp hinter Johnny raus. Johnny hat da also seine Position zurückholen können, die zweite. Sogar noch mit einem kleinen Vorsprung. Johnny muss allerdings aufpassen, auch er muss ein paar 16 Runden Stints einlegen. Ansonsten wird das schwierig bis zum Ende. Junior auf der 3. Position, dann Yeast auf der 4. Position. Ich war letztes Jahr noch in gefürchteten Mustang in Grau hier auf Spa. Oh Mann, wenn du vom Mustang redest, dann kriegt nur schon seine Vietnam-Flashbacks. Big Mac ist bei McDrive auch gekommen. Ja, ich hätte gern ein Happy Meal mit ein Spielzeug und Weltfrieden und einer großen Cola. Rafa hat da auch noch sehr gute Pace hingelegt, 2:16,2. Starke One-Lap-Pace auf jeden Fall. Hat auch 17 Runden durchgehalten, ist damit auf P5. Ronin Motorsports ist ja relativ weit hinten gestartet. Glaube ich P9 oder P10. Auch Matthäus hat sich nach vorn gearbeitet. Die Eismaschine ist kaputt. Ein Big Mac Menü mit der Cola und Portion Pommes. Ja, auf jeden Fall. Also, so wie es aussieht, ist jetzt momentan der Einzige, der auf einer 3-Stopp unterwegs ist, Tim. Und ich glaube, der kommt noch eine 20. Runde weit. Die Pace hat etwas nachgelassen, aber jetzt auch nicht viel. Ist immer noch 2:17. Hat also starke Zeiten. P11 war Ronin Motorsport sogar. Okay. Ja, das wird dann die letzte Runde in dem Stint sein für Tim. Er wird danach an die Box gehen. Johnny ist etwas schneller, der fährt gerade 2:16er Zeiten. Mit frischen Reifen, die natürlich jetzt schon eingefahren sind. Macht Sinn, dass er da ein bisschen aufholt. Nimmt da jetzt aber auch wieder AstroTurf mit. Und mit dem kleinen Drift durch die Kurve. Das war jetzt etwas abenteuerlich, aber er hat das gut gemeistert. Ich finde den FT1 ja auch eigentlich ein ganz schönes Auto hier. Von der Form her. Es gefällt mir zumindest mehr als die heutige Supra. Weil es sieht viel sportlicher aus. Eine weitere 2:16er Zeit für Johnny. Hat leider im letzten Sektor etwas abgegeben. Aber bei der Einlage mit dem AstroTurf war das zu erwarten. Was ist eigentlich das nächste Gruppe 3 Rennen? Watch out for the old man. Da ist jemand in die Lobby gekommen. Das nächste Gruppe 3 Rennen, also ja, rein Gruppe 3 wäre dann am Ende der Saison. Das wäre dann Dragon Trail Seaside. Und beim nächsten Rennen mit Gruppe 3, das wäre dann Kyoto. Aber da fährt man auch noch Gruppe 2. Also das ist ein Multiclass-Rennen. Lara Croft überlebt noch. Die ist noch da. Tim ist es auch an die Box gefahren, wird jetzt Reifen wechseln, komplett auftanken. Und ja, dann schauen wir mal. Vielleicht liegt es auch irgendwie an den Lobbys. Wir hatten auch in der vorherigen Lobby 2 Disconnects. Und jetzt hatten wir 3 innerhalb von 30 Minuten. Ich hoffe natürlich, dass da jetzt kein weiterer mehr dazukommt. Johnny nimmt schon wieder ganz viel AstroTurf mit. Aber die Runde hier scheint richtig gut zu werden. Er ist immer noch auf Bestzeitkurs. Das könnte eine 2:15 werden, wenn er das so ins Ziel bringt. Mal schauen, wo er landet. Wird er vor Team Q oder hinter Team Q landen? Über die Linie muss eine 2:16,3. Das ist keine schnellste Runde, aber es ist eine persönlich beste. Währenddessen kommt Tim Q aus der Box raus. Und holt sich eine 3-Sekunden-Strafe ab. Halb so wild. Er ist auf einer anderen Strategie, aber ist natürlich hart, wenn er da eine 3 Sekunden mitnimmt. Johnny damit in Führung. Junior könnte davon auch profitieren, genauso wie East GT auch. Die könnten da noch an Tim Q vorbeikommen, wenn da die Strafe eintritt. Dachte ich mir aber schon bei der Ausfahrt, dass da eine 3-Sekunden-Strafe, dass da eine eintreffen wird. Weil so viel Linie, wie der mitgenommen hat. Aber gut, kann passieren. Ist noch ein langes Rennen. 3 Sekunden tun zwar weh, aber ist halb so wild. Jetzt kommt die 3-Sekunden-Strafe, wird da gleich abgesessen. Team Q geht von der Rennlinie runter. Junior geht vorbei. East GT geht auch vorbei. Ja, damit P4 für Tim. Aber das ist nicht so schlimm. Der ist auf einer ganz anderen Strategie als die vor ihm unterwegs. Denn Tim, der ist auf einer 3-Stopp unterwegs. Abstand P5 zu P6, einmal kurz bitte. Okay. Rafa auf P5 ist 17,3 Sekunden hinter Johnny und ist 11,5 Sekunden hinter Tim und 3,2 Sekunden vor Naras. Mateusinho hat jetzt aber auch schon etwas an Pace verloren. In der 21. Runde hatte er einen Fehler. Da ist jetzt 8 Sekunden langsam gefahren. Dahinter, wie kennst du mich? Ich habe den Joke hier lange nicht verstanden, den Wortwitz dahinter. Auch er schon lange dabei, schon lange ein GTA-Fahrer. GTA immer ein Team, welches zuverlässig ist, welche anständig fahren. Zwar nie vorne um den Sieg mitkämpfen, aber ein sehr sympathisches kleines Team, welches immer wieder durch ihre Anwesenheit glänzt. So, Big Mac, schauen wir wieder mal kurz auf ihn. Hab 55 Sekunden Rückstand auf Johnny, 19 Sekunden hinter Ken. Der war in Runde 17 an der Box. Hatte, glaube ich, einen Dreher oder einen Fehler drin, der ihm da 16 Sekunden oder so gekostet hat. Die Rundenzeiten sonst sehen aber recht anständig aus. 2:18, 2:17, 2:18, 2:17. Jetzt haben wir noch einen weniger. Ja komm, was ist denn da los? Wer ist jetzt noch disconnected? Ich schau nach. Star Yannick hat den Raum verlassen. Ey, ich krieg die Krise. Die fallen wie die Fliegen. Jetzt sind es nur noch 10. Meine Güte. GTSV Star Yannick hat's getroffen. Der ist disconnected. Oh je. Das ist wirklich ein Überleben der Letzten hier. Diese Lobby ist verflucht. Ich verstehe es aber jetzt ehrlich gesagt wirklich nicht. Ich meine, die Leute sehen da nicht wirklich groß anders aus, als die Lags hier angehen. Ja klar, es sind Lags vorhanden, aber nie in einem aber auch nicht in einem so großen Ausmaß, dass man sagen müsste, okay, scheiße, da verliert gleich jemand die Verbindung. Was a power cut for Yannick. Ah. Okay, but this time it doesn't seem to be the error of the game. If there was a power cut, then it's probably more on the power side of where Yannick lives. ESGT in the Escuderia Pantera, Mazda RX Vision in P3. All of them showing a good race, I would say. Even the best first sector. But yeah, after starting with 14 drivers, we are only 10. ESGT seems to be on a possible best lap. Let's see if he can finish it. Einmal Mitleid für keine Ahnung, wie er nochmal heißt, bitte. GTSV Star Yannick. Oder sag einfach Yannick. Nope. But Junior did the best lap. 2:16.202. And yeah, the pace of all drivers here, except, Johnny has had a slower lap in this one. Junior with a 2:16.202, fastest lap of the race. ESGT 2:16.317, personal best lap. Tim Q 2:16.291, personal best lap. Then we have Rafa in P5, 13 seconds behind Tim and 17 seconds behind the lead. Improvement in the first sector. Oh no! Oh no, mistake. He lost it in the second part of the left-hander. Ah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, just a little mistake, but a very costly one. I just thought that was gonna be another disconnect. That would be really bad. Luckily, no disconnect for him. Would be bad enough if we get another one. It looked so weird at first. Yeah, I've made a mistake I made a mistake in this corner in my second stint as well. But luckily I was able to avoid the barrier. I was lucky to avoid barrier. And yeah, only visited the gravel trap. Deus in P7, also driving 2:16.9, very good lap times. The livery was made by GTP Nuschel. If I'm not mistaken, it was based on a Group 5 Toyota Celica, however you pronounce it. I always say Celica. Or is it Celica? Anyway, it's based on a Group 5 livery. And when he showed me the livery, yeah, I liked the livery, but that car, man, it had nothing to do with the Celica. Absolutely nothing to do with it. Yeah, maybe the headlights and the rear lights were the same, but that's about it. Slimmy, still in P10. Personal best lap of 2:16.7. This 25th lap wasn't too good though. Made a mistake, it seems. Otherwise the pace looks really strong. Roof and doors, I think, were the only parts that needed to be stock when you build a Group 5 car. Wow. Hey, what do we need to to get this car legal? Oh, that's easy. You just need roof and doors to be stock. Okay, and other than that, are there any rules? Nope. Use whatever you want. Okay. Wouldn't surprise me if Group 5 was discontinued because the costs went out of hand. Like in DTM. I mean the early DTM, not the one we have now, because yeah, it's more or less a GT3 series now. Tim has gone by Yeast. I don't know if Yeast made a mistake in this lap, but it seems Tim at the moment is faster. And at the front we see that Johnny is losing his advantage against Junior. Junior, yeah, look at the difference in tire wear. Johnny's fronts are almost dead, whereas Junior looks like he has only driven a few laps with it. But it always was to be fair, it always is a bit of a weak point of Johnny, that his tire wear is just out of hand sometimes. Someone pour warm water and sugar on him. Now Junior getting on the right side of Johnny, should be able to get the overtake done, and yes, new leader Junior. Yeah, I don't know how I should pronounce it. Is it JR? Is it KP? Is it Junior? Is it whatever? Is it Kim Possible? Is it kein Plan? Yeah, Johnny is losing the pace quite rapidly. The front's not giving him any feedback, it seems. Wie viel Abstand hat Narash? Ja, schauen wir gleich. Wir schauen jetzt noch hier, ob Tim an Johnny vorbeigeht oder ob wir da noch länger warten müssen. Tim geht etwas weit und attackiert nicht. Ja, für Tim gibt es auch nicht wirklich eine Eile, um da vorbeizugehen. Er ist ja auf einer anderen Strategie. Er fährt die 3 Stopp, nicht die 4 Stopp. Aber da landet er noch eine Minute weiter vor ihm. Aber auch hier scheint nicht nah genug dran zu sein, um wirklich zu überholen. Und ich weiß auch nicht, ob er es wirklich will. Er scheint da wirklich ganz zufrieden zu sein an dieser Stelle. Also, dann schauen wir mal auf Narashs. Der hat 24 Sekunden Rückstand auf Yeast und 27 Sekunden Rückstand auf die Spitze, also auf Junior. Nice to see how close it is between the top 4. Yes, at the moment at least. Junior, Johnny and Yeast are on the same strategy, but Tim is on a different one. Tim is on the 3 stop, whereas the rest is on a 4 stop. So yeah, they are close together, but at least Tim, you have to put an asterisk at the end of it. I think there was a little touch between those two, between Johnny and Tim. Johnny being very fair, leaving space, just enough to survive. Again, taking the AstroTurf with him. But he hasn't spun yet on this AstroTurf. Maybe it's just a lag, which is showing me incorrectly. Yeast waiting for the situation to change. Ich sehe es gerade jetzt, Javillon Golf-Friends. Rede mit einer Gruppe von 21 Personen. Nice, danke. Or in English, Javillon Golf-Friends raids with a group of 21 people. Nice. Johnny doing many movements here, but I guess it's due to him being a controller driver. This isn't a purpose, it's just little corrections that he needs to do. Now there was a little touch between Johnny and Yeast. Also don't think this was intentional and also not worth discussing. You can see that Yeast can go a lot faster. He just can't get past Johnny. His tires are fresher, and if you look at Johnny, yeah, they're down. They have been burned down. Johnny Schiebiner? Nee. I mean, in the second stint I was driving, in the first stint I was held up by Charles, but yeah, I've been held up because I didn't want to overtake him and he was being slower than I expected, so this was, I don't think this was anything that was, I don't think it was intentional. It just was because of the situation that I was a bit faster than him and didn't want to overtake that I was held up, but can happen to anybody and nothing to write home about. Nara's now taking 4th position because of Johnny pitting. At least Johnny this time did 16 laps. Makes sense for him to make the first stint 15 laps long and then go for 16 laps because the first tire set, as I already said a few times, starts with 10 degrees more temperature, 10 degrees Celsius or Kelvin, or yeah, these two. Ich frage mich, ob Yeast auch 50 Mal Lichthupe hinter den anderen benutzt hatte, so wie gestern Abend. Ja, ich glaube zumindest bei Kyle ist es so, dass er, glaube ich, die Bremse oder ach ja, ich glaube, das Hochschalten hat er, glaube ich, auf dem gleichen Stick wie die Lichthupe. Und wenn er dann zu fest auf den Controller klickt, also auf den Analog-Stick, dann gibt es noch die Lichthupe. Und zumindest bei Kyle weiß ich, dass das passiert einfach in jeder Kurve. Jedes Mal, wenn er bremst und schaltet. Also es ist nicht absichtlich, aber er sollte das unbedingt mal auf eine andere Taste legen. Kann also sein, dass es bei Yeast auch so ist, aber ja, müsste man unbedingt ändern. werde ich nie verstehen, wie Leute die Controller so krass manhandeln, dass sie direkt auch L3 und R3 drücken. Ja, verstehe ich auch nicht. Und wenn ich das machen würde, dann würde ich zumindest die Lichthupe an einen anderen Ort hinpfeffern. Matthäus in P5, 35 seconds behind Junior. Rafa in the pits, repairing damage, which was caused in lap 26 where he had us off. Yeah, that damage was really costly. It cost him 5 to 6 seconds per lap. Usually on other circuits the damage wouldn't be this pronounced, but especially on Spa with so many full throttle passages where you are so long on the accelerator, it can cost you a lot of time, especially if the damage is quite heavy. Yeah, now refueling, then repairing the damage, and then I guess he will go for 2 more stops. Yeah, I guess 2 more stops. Big Mac also in the pits, doing the 16 lap stints as it seems. Lemmy, his last lap was a 2:25 because he was in the pits, which seems to be a normal pit stop in the strategy. Ich glaube, das war eher weniger die Nutzung vom Controller, das war auch auf den Geraden, wo du jetzt nicht gerade deinen Controller reindrückst beim Gas geben. Ja gut, wenn es dich so sehr gestört hat, kannst du das gerne auch einen Stewards einschicken, dann können wir darüber schauen und da halt vielleicht noch einen Punkt für unsportliches Verhalten oder so abgeben. Wenn es dich gestört hat, dann sollst du auf jeden Fall einschicken. Dafür sind die Stewards ja da. Ken nun auch an der Box. Dann Rückstand von 46 Sekunden. Gleichzeitig geht auch Narash rein. Und bei dem ist der Tank komplett leer. Da hat das also sehr gut kalkuliert. Gibt bei 80 Cent, glaube ich, 3 Bonuspunkte. Let's go, Spider GP. Hey, Avesta Racing, good to see you. Your driver, Junior, KP, whatever, is in P1 at the moment, but he won't be for long because he will now go into the pits. And it seems he's on a 4-stop strategy, so although he's driving 17 laps with the car, he will need to do 2 more stops after the one he's taking this lap. Good to see you too. Yeah, thank you. We are more or less now in the, not exactly, but the stint is half done. And now Tim gets the lead back. Still in front of Yeast GT. Yeast seems to be on a different strategy, going even 1 lap further. Yeah, Jason was in P1. Okay, should I just call him Jason? Anyway, I'm muting myself for a minute or 2. I will be back quite soon. Until then, let's look at Yeast GT and how he's behaving. Okay, I'm back, and we see that Yeast is steering to the pits like we predicted. Fuel tank empty, so he calculated it really well. Tires still look in a shape where they could go for 2 or 3 more laps, but he will be happy to ditch the tires and get new ones. Now the question is, where will Junior and Johnny land? Junior was able to stay in front of Johnny. Yeah, the last few laps of Johnny in the stint are generally a bit slower because of his tire wear. Isn't the best. And now let's see if Johnny can overtake Yeast again, or if Yeast can get into P3. Okay, Yeast has been refilled. Getting out of the pits now, but this pit exit is so long. Be careful, do not cross the white line on the inline. And he came out without a penalty. Well done. He landed behind Johnny, but as we have seen before, he has more fuel, he has fresher tires. And although Johnny will be faster at the beginning of the stint, Yeast will be faster in the end of it. Nara's in P5. He has a gap of 1 minute 36 to Tim, but this cannot be taken seriously at the moment because Tim Q is on a different strategy. So the gap is more or less 36 seconds. You have to subtract 60 seconds out of it. Mahlzeit, last man. Schön, bist du da? Das Ronin-Team, das Ronin Motorsport-Team fährt momentan auf P8 in diesem Stint. Rafa hatte leider einen Schaden, relativ früh im Stint, hat dadurch 6 Sekunden pro Runde verloren oder 5 Sekunden pro Runde und sich damit einen großen Rückstand eingehalten hat. Aber jetzt kann er ja wieder voll fahren und versuchen, das Feld da vorne aufzuholen. Big Mac still driving 217s in a stint. If I'm not mistaken, he has been the fastest driver of Don in this race. Also showed great promise in the hypercar in the last race. Was being quite fair driver and also fast. And as I already explained, a very helpful guide. It helped out in many stints, 2 streams, hosting 1 stint even. So hats off to Big Mac. P7 würde mich interessieren. Okay. P6 und P7 relativ nahe beieinander, 1,5 Sekunden. Matthäus ist auf neueren Reifen und auch mit mehr Sprit unterwegs. Die sind also vielleicht noch kalt, die Reifen. Muss sie erst noch aufwärmen. Bei Ken scheinen die Reifen schon etwas mehr Temperatur zu haben. Der kommt da schon deutlich näher. Jede Kurve ein bisschen mehr. Ken kommt näher, immer näher. Ja, bei Matthäus sind die Reifen halt noch kalt und Supra ist auch sehr gut auf der Geraden, muss man sagen. Die Supra hat viel Power. Und ist auch relativ leicht. Vom Gewicht her. But I don't think this will be enough speed to overtake Matthäus. He's too far behind. Even though he's catching up right now, no, not enough. Although 3/10 up the best lap time of Junior or Jason. Also, if you look at the hood on the bonnet perspective, you can see the blue marks here on the car. I'm not sure how they can, if they are wanted or not. Maybe this is something that is done with the livery editor, not with the livery not bending around corners, or it is a bonnet effect. In this case, it looks okay. It looks good. Also, it looks like there is an additional motor bonnet. Oh, Matteosinho with a mistake, and Ken gets past. Yeah, I just went on the AstroTurf and came back on the track after Ken overtook him. It has gotten him a half-second penalty though, or maybe he overshot the corner as well. Next one, Blanchimont, and that's why he got the penalty. One more for the AstroTurf counter. Hey Flipsy, next time when we have a stream, do please create an AstroTurf counter. Although I don't think this is necessary for Autopolis, because I don't think you have asphalt zones beside the track itself. So maybe for Kyoto this is necessary, or at the very latest for Le Mans. We haven't looked a lot on Tim recently. I think we should do that. He's driving flawlessly. His last lap times all in the 2:17s. It's very strong from him. Tires look very used right now, but this is to be expected from a 20-lap-old tire set. He has a 53-second gap to Junior. I don't think he will be able to overtake Junior through the pit stop. Okay. R-Player, wenn du noch da bist. Anime heißt Frieren Beyond Journey's End. Junior, even with the new fastest lap of the race, 2:15.859. Bravo. Very good lap time. Yeah, what should I say? The Weep car looks pretty solid. Also thanks to Hisal that he likes the livery. Hopefully the next liveries we can do will also include some anime themes. Would be nice. Okay, Junior, Jason with the fastest lap of the race so far, 2:15.859, and 6 seconds in front of Johnny and another 5 seconds in front of East. So let's see, I think Tim will come out after Junior. He will also come out after Johnny, but he should be able to overtake East. Dreamer's Curse. Despite the GT entry with a very good qualifying, they were in P3 right after the 2 DLL cars. The old Supra and the FT1. But also the third DLL car was in the top 6. As expected, Johnny overtakes Tim to the pit stops. Tim this time comes out of the pits without a penalty. East is closing down on Tim, but at least for the moment not going for the overtake. Tim now only has to bring it home. He has a more or less 50-second gap to the rest of the field. I only executed that livery. The base design is Good Smile Racing. The freehand decals were made by someone else, and the GSR style RC logo is also made by a friend. Yeah, you still have to get the livery done. You still have to connect it to the car and make it look good. So it isn't only execution. It is also, let's say, a good eye for nice spots. One and a half hours left. And we have the top 4 within 11 seconds. Naras in P5. Also executing a masterclass performance. Although I have to take it back because Naras is driving with a Ferrari sponsored helmet in a Porsche. No, just kidding. You know, Polyphony Digital, if the Ferrari would be somehow a viable option, we would maybe take it. But yeah, as I said a few times, the Porsche is not the fastest car around Spa. So I was surprised to see that at least that even 2 teams considered this car as a viable option and registered with this car. I mean, okay, you can do that, but I would have taken something different. And after the BOP changes were made, which were at least because of the reintroduction of the high-speed BOP and the low-speed BOP, which introduces some changes, some heavy changes for cars. For example, the MR cars. For example, the Citroën GT was made 25 kilograms lighter. I also think the Lamborghini was made 20 kilogram lighter. Also, the Ferrari lost 20 kilogram. The Audi lost 20 kilogram. In general, they made the MR cars a bit more of an option to take. Still not good enough to be considered in most cases. They somehow thought that they would still need to make the McLaren even faster than it already was. But yeah, it is in general a big improvement. Much better than before. Ken in the GTA Supra. .216 lap times, very strong pace of Ken. He was already racing last year. I think it was his first event in the 24 hours of Spa. And out of GTA, I think he has the best pace. Not by much, but very solid. Pace is very solid. I think both Ike and Kickmack are not that much slower. But I would say Ken is the fastest out of these 3 guys. And we have Matteo Zinio, or just Matteos, a very young driver. I think he's about 15 or so. correct me, Nushil, but at least a very young driver. Shows promise to improve quite a lot. And we were made aware of the guy because of Flipsy. Then we contacted Mateusz and he was interested to drive with us. And since the beginning of the year he has competed for RRC in all 3 races, has shown his versatility by first driving the Porsche in Trial Mountain, then driving the Lamborghini with me in Maggiore, a race where I had a lot of bad luck and where I was fucked by LMH cars more often than I was fucked in real life. And now also with the FT1 he shows great improvements over the whole race distance and over the weekend. And yeah, I think he could be a guy in the future that many teams could depend on. Then Rafa, he has recovered now and is back in the 217s, 216s. Very solid drive of him. Mateusz, come on, you are driving. Don't also chat in Twitch. But thanks for confirming your age. Anyway, Rafa, 10 seconds behind Mateusz. Also driving solidly after he made a mistake early on. He could be 30 or 40 seconds more up front. He could be in the package of the lead quartet. Let's look at Tim. Yeah, Tim has made an error in the previous lap, or if he did let East by, then it cost him quite a lot of time because it was a 2:19 in the 43rd lap, 34th lap, sorry. No, 43rd lap. Oh my god. It is different to speak or to imagine numbers in English than in German. Usually it would make more sense in English, but since I'm German speaking native, as German native, we have to more or less switch the last 2 numbers. And that's why such mistakes can happen. So instead of 45th, we would say 540. Or better, 5 and 40. That's how we say it, 5 and 40. It's pretty difficult, it's not difficult, it's a pretty unique system, but it's still less complicated than the French saying 90, or saying 4 times 20 plus 10 is 90. Nürburgring picks, yeah, sorry, don't spend your points on that. You can't hear it because I haven't activated it in my streams. If Flips is streaming, this will work. Oh yeah, don't give you points for this. Let's look at P9. We have Big Mac, 95, 95, 95. Solid drive from him. The best lap is 2:16.6. Not that much slower than the fastest lap by Junior, only 8 tenths behind. Considering that DON is a learning place for DLL to maybe step up to the main team if you're good enough, then Big Mac is doing a really good job, and I can imagine that he could step up to DLL if he continues like this to impress. Slimmy also improving to 2:16.590 as a personal best lap, but he's 1 minute 26 behind Big Mac. It seems he made some major mistakes earlier in the race, and now he has to catch up again. Slimmy as a driver, this is now one of the first times where he really was able to drive both stints. He said he could drive, so we are pretty happy that we didn't need to use a reserve driver for this. So Slimmy Cam has earned a lot of respect. And yeah, I would say Slimmy Cam is more of a one lap man at the moment instead of a race distance. Slimmy is always able to get good laps, get a good stint if he doesn't make any mistakes, but yeah, his error rate is still pretty high. We have to work on that he can reduce his error rate and that he can be more stable, so that he can also drive in the better teams of RRC instead of always the third team, the third strongest. Because as we say, the pace of Slimmy is it is good. As you can see with the 2:16.590, I think he's the fastest driver out of the 4 we had for the Mercedes. Jason leading by 12 seconds. Johnny has gone into the pits after 16 laps. No, that's 15. After 15 laps even. Yeah, he pits prematurely, it seems. Which is okay. You can do 2 or 3 15-lap stints, depending on how many laps you can get at the end. If you are calculating with 78 laps, then you can do 2 of them, 2 15-lap stints. And after that you need to do 16-lap stints. Faster than all my laps. Yeah, I don't even know if he's faster than me, Slimmy. I guess his fastest lap is even faster than mine, yes. Although my laps were with extreme fuel saving, so this is a different. It's quite a different approach, but yeah, the lap times are pretty solid for Slimmy. But so are they for Junior or Jason. The Spider GT driver showing himself from the very best side, from the chocolate side. I think Kyle can be proud of him. But also Kyle showed a great pace, and also a big shout out to Flame Haze, who was willing to to step in and to make the team work, because otherwise it would have not been possible to drive for Spirit GT. Spirit GT was very close. It was very close to a qualifying ban. And because they changed their lineup to the one they had before the registration closed, they were allowed to still compete without a qualifying ban. Now Ken is in the pits. He's in P5. Yeah, loses a few positions, also because Johnny did pit. You can't see him. He's in P8 now, because otherwise Johnny would have been in P3 or P4. Out of the pit Ken goes. Cleanly, without a penalty. Okay, now Junior also in the pits. Yeah, Spirit GT Racing, I already explained it. I don't think you can hear the alerts here. If Flipsy is streaming, you can hear them. I have to ask Flipsy how to use it. And why wow. How? While we're speaking of it, and while we were speaking of Slimmy being inconsistent with performance, especially over a stint, he somehow was able to get engine damage. I would love to know how he did. I'd love to know how he did get engine damage. Wow. I've seen that so seldomly in this game since the physics changes. Big Mac also in the pits. Now GT is in the lead, and he will be for a few more laps, unless Tim Q decides to go faster and attack. I think Heli got engine damage too in a stint just before a scheduled stop. Yes, this is possible, but as I said, I saw engine damage so rarely in this game since the physics update. You have to be really... You have to have a really hard crash to get engine damage. And I mean, with really hard crash, I mean you need to get into the wall with 150 kph or something. Great to see the RTO Porsche in P3 for a little time. Yeah, now he's in the pits. Now Raf's changing tires. RTO in general, very good performance from them every time they take part. It's more or less only for the 24s. But the Le Mans race where they took part in, they had AT3S driving and he completely demolished the field. It decimized everyone. At least in the first stint. In the second, he did do the fastest lap of the GT cars. I didn't even know it was possible to go that quick. But then he did a wrong strategy car with the rain and stayed out too long with the dry tires when it began to rain. Le Mans was a good race for RC, gotta say, because this is one of the few 24-hour races we won. Although it's only for the LMGT3 class, but it was still a victory because that field was very close. And it was very competitive since we had 8 LMGT3s with 6 LMHs. So, yeah. Other RRC wins include 24 hours of Nürburgring in the Group 4 class in 2020, I believe, or 2021. Then there was the Bathurst 12 hours, where there was a double win even. Then Le Mans was a win in the LMGT3 class. Then we had then Interlagos, also LMGT3 class. And yeah, we need to see. The race isn't finished yet. But it looks like at least a podium for RRC in this race. Matteo's also in the pits. I don't think he had damage, it's just a scheduled pit stop. And I think he will do... Yeah, I didn't refuel to the brim. And I think this will be a race, or the last part of the race will just be short stints, fast laps. And trying to get closer to Naras and Ken. We haven't looked at Johnny for a while. Let's give him some love as well. Johnny, I have to say, this guy is one of the most sympathetic DLL drivers on the grid. Really good guy. And I would love to see him also race a bit more outside of DLL and DS. Because he's fast and, as I said, he's a very nice person. But also the same can be said for Eddie, for example, or for Lump and for Helipower. All very nice guys. Muss am Vornamen liegen. Weil beides mit J anfängt, oder was? Yeah, anyway, Johnny, he will probably be doing 15 or 16 laps on the stint. That means he will go into the pits in lap 61 or 62. Let's see how he proceeds. Tire wear has been an issue for Johnny, and to be fair, has been an issue for him ever since. How he can take the AstroTurf every time and not spin out, I'm honestly puzzled. One more hour left. He is still in the lead, but he will need to pit in this lap. Yeast also has warning lights on. I don't think this is... yeah, I think this is just to warn Tim that he will be going into the pits. So Tim should be aware. Is he though? Yes. Very fair driving of Yeast. Thank you for showing the warning signals to say that you're going to pit. That was very good of you. Very nice. And then let's look at Junior. Redlining that fifth gear as long as he can. Indicators are so small on the Mazda. Yeah, they are, but still visible. Junior with another fastest lap, 2:15.844. Very nice. 13 seconds in front of Johnny. And yeah, I don't know how this will develop now with these many disconnects. But it could be that the DLL2 car with the FT1 could end up in the podium position instead of the DLL3 car. But yeah, it is how it is, unfortunately. Like I always hear from Nuschel, sometimes you're the tree, and sometimes you're the dog. And for example, RC has been the tree more often than not. Also had very bad luck with disconnects. Let's say Le Mans in Gran Turismo Sport, where we had these many disconnects. I think there were two disconnects, which cost them the chance for victory. And there were other performances as well, where RC did perform splendidly, but at a disconnect. One of the disconnects, by the way, was also for Lago Maggiore, also in GT Sport, where I think where Top Racer had a disconnect or a bug. Then he had to leave the lobby. He came back and then he was handed a drive-through penalty because of being in the lobby too late, which was nonsense because he was in the lobby in time, but he had to leave because of a bug. But yeah, it can happen. Sometimes the game is just stupid. The UN with Big Mac on a personal best lap attempt. He has been half a tenth down on his personal best. Let's see if he can improve. Now after 6 laps or so, the tire should be warm enough for an improvement, and yes it is, at 2:16.478. Well done by Big Mac. Another personal improvement, 36 thousandths of a second faster in this sector. Also looks very clean what he is doing. Judging by the inputs, it looks like he's a wheel driver because the inputs are not delayed. If they are on controller, they are delayed. That's how you can differentiate between wheel drivers and controller drivers, but this one is clearly a wheel driver. If you, for example, if you look at Johnny with P4, the movements with the wheel do not even slightly match what the car does. Look into these corners. It's just too late. It's just way too late. Yeah, in this corner you might not be able to see it, but in the combination of corners you saw it really well that this is a wheel drive. Also here, look at how the wheel goes to idle position again. Just way too slow. And if you look at the east, look at this controller inputs, or at this inputs. This looks like a wheel. This looks like a wheel user. Could be wrong though, but at least with ESGT it looks like a wheel user. Oh, it's something happening with Naras or normal stops? Oh, sorry. Naras is in P8. Let's look at the conclusion of the lap. If something happened to him. It was quite a slow lap, yeah, maybe there was a mistake or an overtake from Mateusz. No, that's not an overtake. He would be further ahead. There were just 2 slow laps from Naras, probably because of being overtaken. Lap 50, 312. Yeah, this because of pit stop. You can also see lap 49, 227. Indicates that this is a pit stop, yeah. But no problems for him, so nothing major happened to him. Kann's einfach. Ah, okay, sorry, I didn't see it. Yeah, no problem. I mean, I can also not see everything that goes on in the race, so if you say that something might have happened, maybe an overtake or something, I don't always see it, so it's always good to be informed. Now Tim Q still doing the 20 lap stints, 40 seconds in front of Jason. Ken is in the pit. Interesting. Because he has damage. Oh no. And he was doing his personal best lap at 2:16.224, then 2:16.3. Oh no. And at a really bad timing as well. Because if he now wants to finish the stint, he will need to if he now wants to finish the stint, he will need to refuel completely and then do 19 or 20 laps with this car. So he needs to save a lot of fuel. Or he just goes for two or for another very short stop. For the next race, the last livery will be dirtier. Nice. Yeah, Halex had the idea to show 7 different liveries, all with the changing grade of dirt on the car. The first car obviously being very clean, then the second one showing first signs of dirt, then the next one maybe showing a touch or a collision, and so on until the last stint where the car would be very, very dirty. But unfortunately, Halex didn't make the grid because they did register too late and had therefore a qualifying ban. And since there were 17 registrations, they were not able to get qualified for the race. Rafa now back in P5. Has done a great job after his collision early on. And tape where the car had crashes. Yeah, exactly. Would have been a cool idea, to be honest. Yeah, for Rafa there will be only one pit stop left. Same for Tim Q. He will only pit once more. And this will be in this lap, I believe. If we look at the bonnet cam, you can see that this car does not have more inlets. This is specific to GTA only. If you look at this car, it has inlets. If you look at the Ronin Motorsports car, it has no inlets. No additional ones, at least. Now let's see what Rafa's lap time is about. Little slide out of the corner, but still at 2:17.4. Now Tim will probably go into the pits in this lap. Yeah, he has to. Unless he wants to travel with 80 kilometers an hour for a whole lap. I don't think he wants that. And the Weep car goes into the pits. Now I will leave it at the Jason, whereas I go for another break. Okay, I'm back again. And as we can see, Jason was able to get the lead back. 15 seconds in front of Yeast. And another 7 seconds in front of Johnny. Also, personal best lap from Yeast GT with a 2:16.073. His strategy is pretty interesting because he is not on the same strategy as the others. He is overcutting for the last stint. It is possible that he might come nearer to Jason in the last stint and also can drive faster. Johnny in P3 has a lot of tire wear and has troubles to keep up with the cars in front of him. His pit stop will probably come in lap 62. I mean, he can go into the pits now, but then he has to still do a 16 lap stint at the end. Or even an 18 lap stint. And I don't know if he can do an 18 lap stint. And it seems Johnny doesn't know as well, so he continues for one more lap. It looks a bit like a Kimi Räikkönen helmet. Maybe Johnny can later confirm this. Also vielleicht kann er mir das ja später mal bestätigen, ob das ein Kimi Räikkönen Helm ist, aber es sieht zumindest von der Musterung und vom Design sieht es so aus. Anyway, also the livery of Johnny, I think it was made by Charles. Pretty unique from the design. It's a more or less base car without any livery, but there's another tone of green which shows a few symbols, especially on the left side, and on the roof you can see the old Tomb Raider logo, plus a picture of Lara Croft, and Johnny goes onto the gravel trap. Was luckily able to get out of it and not spin out. But boy, this was dangerous. I should have done the same, but reverse, when I get set into Barry's arms. In Stint 3, do 10, 17, 17, 17 or something like that. And not 10, 22, 23, 22. Yeah, I don't know, for me 10, 22, 23, 22 would have been the best strategy. Because I was already trained to do 22 laps anyway. Lara Croft versus Freeren next round, or not, because pit. Yeah, last pit stop of Johnny. I think he will refuel to the brim once more. Maybe he doesn't need to. I think he can do 15 laps. If there is a 78, I would still fuel up to the brim just to be sure. Half a second penalty also collected, probably by going wide in the last corner, Blanchimont. Rafa also pitting, also a planned pit stop, but Teresino's still out. he can do a splash and dash at the end, or at least a very short pit stop, and improve his pace. Jason will go into the pits in this lap. He's still in 217 range. Yeah, for driving flat out with the McLaren, this is a pretty good car to do that. It's quite fast and also has good tire wear, especially on the front, because it's an MR car. But he ran out of fuel here. At least because he was only going 80 kph anyway. It is a pit stop without a penalty. He wasn't entering too fast, let's say this. Now we have Yeast GT in the lead. Of course, you can still continue for 4 more laps. Lap 67 or 67, I guess. And then he will do a quite short splash and dash, maybe refuel to 70 liters or something, and then go to the end, chasing the fastest lap maybe, who knows. P7 and P8 fight. No, not really. There's not really a fight here, but P6, P5, P5, P6 and P7. This is a fight, yeah? At least P6 and P5, because Big Mac will go into the pits quite soon. He may go for 1 or 2 more laps and then he needs to refuel, or he does it already now. Maybe he thought, yeah, I have traffic. I don't want to go into the traffic. Let's pit now. Same as Matteo Zinio, also pits earlier than expected. And now hopefully we'll drive the car flat out for half an hour. Can Naras drive to the end, or had he stop again? Naras in P4, he needs to stop again. But I think it will be in lap 66. Yeah, lap 66 when he needs to stop. At the latest. He might go in earlier though. Johnny with his fresh tires will need 1 or 2 laps to warm them up again. Because the pace, especially with new tires, is still about 5 to 8 tenths slower than with the warm, and in the tire window, soft. Nara's lagging quite hard compared to Johnny. And it seems Nara's had to correct a bit of a slide here. Johnny coming closer. Does he want to overtake or will he stay behind? He has to stay behind for now. He goes for a late move and was able to get it done. Wow, cool. Yeah, getting out quite late of the slipstream, but still overtaking. Naras in the slipstream. Maybe he can profit from it. You can even see from the camera here that Johnny is looking behind. He looked into the rear view mirror a few times on the straight. Now Naras with the half-second penalty. He will need to sit it out at the end of this lap, the third sector. "30 minutes left. East GT still leading the race, but will need to go into the pits in this lap or the next one. Still on personal improvement though, lap times very solid, very good. Still in the 2:16 range. Naras now in the pits, as we expected. He will now do a short run with a new set of softs, and then they'll hopefully go to the end without a crash. Will Ken be able to overtake, as well as Rafa and Mateusz? They are the pack quite close to each other. And if Naras will take longer than this. He will not come out before them. Yeah, Naras not refueling to the brim, but still will come out later than the rest of here. Now Yeast GT also in the pits. This means that Tim inherits the lead again. And that he only needs to drive it home. Now let's see. Jason coming out now. Onto the straight. East. Coming to the pit exit. It will not be enough to get in front of Jason, but he comes very close to it. Do not get a 3-second penalty on the exit. Yes, well done. And now he can chase the fastest lap time. Johnny now coming through Eau Rouge. And behind Yeast GT, the gap, wow, 22 seconds. More than I expected, to be honest. has been overtaken by Mateusz. It seems he made a mistake in lap 66, which is ironically also their racing number. So yeah, battle for P5 is still ongoing. We have Rafa in P5, 4 seconds in front of Mateusz. And another 4 seconds in front of Ken, who obviously made a mistake in one lap. Still shifting quite early. Yeah, Nuschel writing number 66 crashes in lap 66. Coincidence? I think not. Yeah, who knows? Rafa at the moment doing his best to prevail P5. Still 22 minutes left. Which are about 10 laps. Gotta say I'm tired, really tired. Ugh. Pretty happy when the race is over. Hi Mateusz, probably watching the stream, that's why he's showing the flashing lights. But yeah, I can't keep up with Rafa. Rafa is driving very fast. Naras in P8. Yeah, he might still be able to get in contact with Ken or Mateusz. Nuschel, maybe if you know the gaps already or the times and gaps already with which everyone has disconnected, were you able to enter it into the document? Because yeah, I'm streaming, I can't do it. I can do it, but it takes quite a long time and my laptop isn't really liking that, to be honest. Just to know at the end what the gaps are, so that we can at least provide a provisional. Someone entered something. Okay. Yeah, just to make sure that we can, at least for the stream, present an ending result. Even though Kent goes into the pits. Why? Why? Why does he go into the pits? He should have enough. Okay, yeah, maybe he does not have enough fuel. This is the reason. He probably needs to refuel a few liters. I guess it's about to go to 50. Okay, interesting. Ken has taken himself out of the equation of fighting for P5, so alright. Just need to know what exactly the Stint 4 gaps are. Yeah, the problem about Stint 4 is that there were gaps entered and then there were not gaps entered and they were added together. So it's the summary of both gaps everyone had. You need to ask Eddie what he did, because I asked him and I think he said, yeah, he just wants to add those two times together until you can prepare the document for that. So yeah, the Stint 4 caps, they are the addition of both caps they had in the stints before. Okay, let's look at the front again. We have Tim, 36 seconds in the lead, doing a phenomenal job and picking up the pieces after Tomsoft disconnected so early in the race. Very unfortunate, of course. My sympathy goes out for DLL3, especially with Flipsy, Tomsoft, Poctavian and TRL Lightning. Very unfortunate situation that you had to endure because of the disconnect in the last stint. It really hurts to have that late into the race, the last stint. In my opinion, I would have had nothing against restarting the race or restarting the stint. But unfortunately, sometimes technical failures can happen, and it's just unfortunate that it really hit you guys. We didn't wish for it. We are, at least I am, very sad that we cannot conclude this the way it should be. But yeah, it is how it is. We cannot change it really. Yeah, I have the page enabled that lets you add two stints together. Truly can't be asked to modify the whole doc for another stint. Yeah, makes sense. Jason is going a lot faster, also with a personal best, with a best lap of the stint with a 2:15.817, rightly followed by a 2:15.860. So this lap was no fluke. And another 2:16.148. ESGT also broke the 2:16 barrier and drove a 2:15.985. Very solid from him. And Johnny struggling now with the tire, but he's struggling for the whole stint, it seems. 2:17s, although not slow. It's not nearly as fast as Jason and Yeast can go with sub 2:16 lap times. We haven't seen Slimmy Cam for a while. Let's look at him for a bit. Last lap was a 2:16.726. Luckily, the lobby has been stable now for 2 hours. No further disconnects, no further issues. Still, it would be very nice to include a system like in F1, like in the F1 games, when if you disconnect, you can still return to the lobby, and that you can retake your car again. And it would also be great to have at least, yeah, let's say at the very least 24 grid slots instead of only 16. Would be even better to have 32, or let's say even more, but yeah, 16 is just it's an okay number, but it could be more, to be honest. Or at least say it's 16 drivers plus a host or plus a streamer, or yeah, just with 2 more additional slots. That would be great. Minutes left. Rafa still in P5, 4.5 seconds in front of Mateusz. Mateuzinho 10 seconds in front of Naras. Did Naras make a mistake, or is it just a bit slower? No, wouldn't say he's slower. But then also only 4 seconds in front of Big Mac. and it seems that Big Mac is catching a bit. Lap times 2:16.7, 2:17.8, 2:17.5. How does this lap look? Is it faster? No, 1 second slower. Big Mac is getting at him, but wow. He did take a lot of AstroTurf with him. So yeah, probably 4 more laps for both Naras and Big Mac. Not 5. They are not matching the time limit here. New flags approaching. Yeah, that's Tim. Tim doing a very great job. Yeah, it seems that Rafa is now dropping a bit in pace, whereas Mateusz can improve. He is now generally faster than Rafa. But it might take longer than the race distance to still catch him up. Little mistake by Mateusz. Lost him a bit of time. Hi, Mateusz. Jason at least was able to get into 32 seconds range to Tim. The 3-stop strategy in most cases was the fastest strategy you can take. Not every time, I believe, but in most stints it was the fastest strategy. Even a 2:15.725, so Jason is giving everything he's got. East, he has dropped a bit in pace. After 2:15.849 did come 2 slower laps. P4. Yeah, P4 is not of big interest, to be honest. Johnny driving alone, 28 seconds behind Yeast and 45 seconds in front of Rafa. And then we have Ken, who has somehow made another pit stop in lap 73, it seems. Made a big mistake there. Now only 13 seconds in front of Slimmy Cam. Interesting. Must have been a big mistake there. Maybe also engine damage. He was over a minute in front of Slimmy. Five minutes left. Okay, Big Mac now is in the distance to maybe get Naras. Big Mac seems to be the faster driver now. Yeah, Naras is pushing it. He tries to defend the position, but with 2 more laps, it will be difficult to hold this position. Both cars not the best in the straights. But look how much better lines Big Mac can drive. Also a better exit. Blue flags approaching because of Tim. Tim will probably not be able to get into 79th lap. Yeah, no, I'm far from it, but 78 laps, yeah. Might be possible for both. Or for Big Mac not, it's 77 laps. For Naras not, it's 77 laps. But I think for the top 4 it might be possible to do 78. And Mateusinho has gone in front of Rafa because Rafa has made a mistake. And he has made it even earlier than that. Unfortunate, we couldn't see it. Anyway, Mateus now in P5. And Rafa could even get visits from P7 and P8, depending how hard the damage is. Narash knows that Rafa has made a mistake and might be able to be catched. Big Mac does not know. Very probably, unless he's in a call with others who has told him. Come on, Naras, you can get P7. Belohnung dich selber für das super Rennen. Belohne dich selber für das gute Rennen. Ja, vielleicht sogar P6. Mal schauen. Big Mac gibt nicht auf, kommt näher und näher ran. Now is the problem with the fuel. Okay. Tim, letzte Runde. Last lap for Tim. Wird knapp. I think Junior and Yeast might be able to do it. Yeast has lost a lot of time now. Johnny, I don't think he can do another lap though. Johnny will probably be the first to finish. Yeah. Very likely. 3.5 seconds now between Naras and Rafa. Big Mac also closing in. Anyway, we have to look at Wow. Big Mac, still here? Johnny, P4. And he celebrates with a drift here. Then we have Kens Dumich in P10, P9, Slimmy Cam in P10. Naras Big Mac, nothing happened so far, so let's keep it at Slimmy. He finishes the race too. Well done. Next one will be Mateusinho. P5 for him in the stint. And he's happy. Rafa, Naras can save P7. Rafa P6. P7 for Naras. P8 for Big Mac. And the stint winner, Tim Q05. Congratulations. Then we only have Jason and Yeast left. Also 78 laps. Jason also with the fastest lap time. Johnny has damage. Oh no. GG Slimmy, GG Matthäus. And Matthäus saying, good stint, did what I could. Yeah, good stint from you. Now Jason over the line, 29 seconds behind Tim. And Yeast GT, the last one, still racing. Coming over the line with a gap of 44 seconds to Tim Q. And this was the conclusion of the 24 hours DES GT Series Spa-Francorchamps race. Let's save the replay. Let's look at the podium positions. Tim Q finishes with a time of 3 hours, 1 minute, 23 seconds, 478 thousandths. 29 seconds in front of Jason and 44 seconds in front of Yeast. Johnny could only do 77 laps. Then we have Matteusinho in P5. We have Rafa in P6. Arteo Naras in P7. Big Mac in P8. Then we have Ken Stumich in P9 and Slimmy Cam in P10. Unfortunately, 4 disconnects in this race. Arteo Kangaroo after about half an hour. Then GTSV Star Yannick, also quite an early disconnect. I think it was after 45 minutes around. Then Tomsoft, only a few laps. Then the disconnect. Ja, sehr bitter für die Teams. And SL Eddie also disconnect very early on. Yeah, very unfortunate. Would have wished them better luck. But it wasn't meant to be this time. Sorry for this. Okay, now pictures taken. And I will wait for a few minutes. Maybe we can even show a provisional result in a few minutes. I hope Nushel can inform me. Until then, I will mute myself and take a little break. We'll see us. Okay, guys, we have a first highly provisional result. Of course, it can still change. We need to look at every stint first and see when the disconnects were, just to be sure. It could still look completely different at the end. And if I say completely, I mean, yeah, maybe a few positions change. But yeah, we will see. I will show you the result that was first calculated now. Okay, yes. Now the result can be seen. Let's scale it so that everybody can see it. Okay. So P14 at the moment is a RRC3 with Masma, 67 with RX Peachy, with Livicam and with all V machines. Then in P13 we have DUN1 with Zero QAQ, Neuer Sommer, Joe Cubano, Big Mac. 24 minutes and 10 seconds behind. With the RRC3, 28 minutes and 5 seconds behind. Then in P12 we have GTA1 with Kens du mich, GTIK and RPFT Kickback, 19 minutes 09 behind. In P11 we have ESP1 with Sorchavai X, ESP Clemson and GTSV Starianik, 16 minutes 28 seconds behind. In P10 we have Ronin Motorsports with Maverick Leo K, Schmerzfrei 612, Psy Ronin and Rafa P86, 14 minutes 37 seconds behind. In P9 we have RTO2 with him 04, RTO Neo Faster, RTO Mr. Freezy 87 and RTO Narash, 13 minutes 10 seconds behind the leaders. In P8 we have RC2 with Xercity, Matteusinho Whitey, D-Ghost and Cavacho, 10 minutes 21 seconds behind the leading car. In P7 we have DLL1 with BBR Stigatone, Amaran P Roadtech, SIL Eddy and RS Flash 21, 5 minutes 55 seconds behind the leader. In P6 we have Escudrian Pantera 2, ESP2 with ESP Wesley 99, Checker 2468, Yeast GT and ESP Brumadinho 23, 4 minutes 30 seconds behind. In P5 we have RTO1 with Drifty Toby 94, Mariox, RTO Kangaroo 02 and RTC Domi, 4 minutes 7 seconds behind the leaders. In P4 we have Spider GT with Kyle D116, ZZ Flamehaze and JRKP 1804, 3 minutes 21 seconds behind. In P3 we have DLL2 with Helipower 76, The Lump 91, DLL Johnny and DLL Charles, 3 minutes 5 seconds behind. In P2 we have DLL3 with TRL Lightning, DLL Flipsy, TSR Tomsoft and Poctavian, only 53 seconds behind. Unfortunately, Disconnect have ruined their chances for the win, or at least at the moment it has. And in P1 we have RC1 with RX Javi, Confuser 3, GTP Nushel and Tim Q05. Yeah, with the overall leader time. This was the 24 hours of Spa-Francorchamps event. We will see how the result will change with the penalties and such, and with the correctly calculated gaps. But at the moment, this is the result. Thank you everybody for watching. We will hope to see you next time for the next event. Until then, see you later. Bye.